Hello, I'm Queen Educator, the CEO and lead consultant of Everybody Educate, a full-service consulting firm that exists to empower and equip educators to be at their best. So many teachers are quitting. Our primary goal is to support educators and educational establishments in achieving authentic, creative, and culturally relevant teaching and learning. We are sure that your learning environment will shift and you will see excellence and equitable practices when you partner with us. Thank you. See our services below. Hey, oh my goodness. Listen, here I go. I'm back again. And so if you've seen the first video, wonderful. That was meant for right now. So I'm excited that everybody is here with us again. If you're watching the replay, say hashtag replay. And I'm here with none other than the amazing, bold, brilliant, and beautiful Miss Toni Hardy. Say hello to the people.
Hello, people.
It is so good to be here. I'm telling y'all, I woke up early. I've been so excited about this interview today. This is the last interview. I'm not saying I saved the best for last, but because all of the ladies are amazing. But for my journey, for Everybody Educate, where we believe that everybody is educating somebody somewhere in some way, and we want to make sure they're doing it with equity and excellence. Okay? And so I am the Queen Educator. I got my little queen pillow back here. I don't know if you can see it, you know, just chilling and relaxing on spring break. Yes, you are here with the Queen Educator and with Toni Hardy. And I'm going to sit back today because y'all should have been in the pre-interview too. I'm just going to eat up all of the good nuggets that Miss Toni has for us today. And she's probably like, stop hyping me up like this.
You're embarrassing me, girl.
Because Toni is so humble. And in my opinion, these are the people who are the most powerful. She's so humble. She's so, what is the word? Like just, I don't want to call her an angel, but she's just so angelic. I know. I'm sorry, Toni. I'm sorry. When I'm in her presence, I feel like I can move forward. I'll just be honest. I'll just be honest with you guys. And so I want you all to experience what I experienced when I met Toni. The first time I met Toni, like I was like, oh, okay. She doesn't even know how beautiful and bold and brilliant she is until she realizes it herself. She's like, oh, maybe I am that. Those are the people that I like to be around, because it's not that she doesn't know who she is. It's basically she's not boastful, right? But she's beautiful, she's bold, and she's brilliant. So I want to hype her up because I feel like for me, part of who I am is putting people out there to remind them that they are doing the darn thing. And they are beautifully doing it. And God has called them to do such a great work in this new time that we have, especially in education. We need more people who are humble, who are pure in their, and nobody's perfect, right? But we definitely need more people who are not out here trying to just get money and just trying to like, no, we're going to get that money, but we're going to get it by being pure and making sure that we are humble and making sure that we are being world changers. And I believe that Toni is a world changer. So I'm going to shut my mouth today. And I want her to just start off and just say hello, where she's from. I'm gonna ask you some questions, Toni. I have this little map of your beautiful journey, and so I'll ask you some questions around that journey and how you got there and where you're going and how you can help the people in the world today. So who are you? Where do you come from, and what do you do?
Well, first I just want to say, girl, thank you for that introduction. You embarrassed me. Cut it out, but I'm gonna say that first. But thank you so much for inviting me on. I really needed to be on, just to be in your presence today, and just that hone your brilliance, your 3 words, that's huge. And so hold on to those and keep telling people that, because people need to hone their brilliance. So I am Toni Hardy, and I am the owner and lead educational consultant of Intentional Change. I am based in Texas, and I'm an educator. I am a Black child. I'm a Black woman. I'm a Black all these things. And my experiences as a child, I think, have guided my way to being this person and being the person that God wants me to be. So I had a conversation with Robin just before this started, and I think that was as powerful for me as it was for her, just because I told her my story, and I don't really tell my story to a lot of people. And so this is the first time I'm really just talking about it publicly. So the reason that I think that I am at this place in my life where I can be bold, and as Robin says, is because of the experiences that I had as a child. When I was a child, we were in a school district where first I started at a school where I had a lot of people who looked like me, and it was very comfortable. And we were eventually bused to another school because we had to have more minorities there, and so I was part of that group of kids who were bused. And so I grew up being the only Black kid in the class and feeling like I was less than the other students there. I felt like the teachers didn't understand me, and it scarred me as a kid, and I was traumatized by it for years. And it was something that took me a while to come out of. I was even into my career now as an instructional coach. It affected me, and because I have, in most instances, have been the only Black person in the classroom. And I think that my experiences as a child helped me to deal with that, because God knew I was gonna have to come, and I was gonna have to be the giraffe in the room, and I was gonna have to be myself, and I was gonna have to own my brilliance and hone it, as Robin says. So it's been quite the journey because of that, because I had to step into myself and know that I have something to offer, and know that I'm valuable to people. And that's what started it all for me.
Wow. So I wrote down here, you had to step into yourself. That's powerful. And it's not popular, and it's not easy. And so thank you. Thank you for being your authentic, real self. I'm trying to bring it back down, because I get so excited, but when I start to think about stepping into myself, it sounds good. And many people who might have some similar story that you shared, that might have found, I don't know if that's you out there, if you're watching this replay or you're watching this, if you felt like I've had to pretty much kind of be a certain way and I never really feel like myself. Toni, to me, I wanted to save her for last, more so because I do believe she steps into, and she has given us permission and I need y'all to follow her because I'm trying to hold back. She gives us permission to step and not just step into ourselves, but kick down the gate to make sure that we are fully ourselves. Hi. Hello. I hope you enjoyed that replay. Oh my goodness. I was about to keep that going and I said, no. You guys need to go ahead and watch the replay on my YouTube channel, Everybody Educate, at Everybody Educate. And if you have not subscribed, go ahead and like and subscribe. It is there. You can continue to watch the old interview. But like I told you, I've been connected with Toni for some time now, and she's coming back. She's even better than ever. I'm excited to talk with her a little bit more about what's new, what updates have happened, and how she has really honed her brilliance and stepped into herself. So, how are you guys doing out there today? Woo! I am coming back from spaces of really walking into my own words, right? Like refresh, refuel, recharge. And that is really important for us as educators to do. And so I decided to do a couple guests a month. And if I'm breaking up here, I'm sorry. It says my connection's a little bit weird. I don't know why. We didn't have that problem earlier. Anyway, so I have been in the kitchen cooking up some things that are going to really transform us as we close out the year. As many of you know, so I'll say two things. Number one, as many of you know, every year I do the Kwanzaa Summit, and this is really the third year, so I'm excited about it. Last year we were able to highlight some amazing guests that we had before. We were able to drop on just like in the year strong using the 7 Kwanzaa principles. So we have that coming again every year, guys, every year. And so we have some new speakers this year. We have some new fun things this year happening December 26th through the beginning of the year. So that's number one. Make sure you get your ticket. We are celebrating educators. There's some people nominating educators. We have some prizes. Oh, it's just going to be a grand time, my darlings. Okay. So that's number one. Kwanzaa Summit is coming back for our excellent educators. And we need you to nominate some excellent educators too. People who really are walking in their brilliance. So that's amazing. If you watched from the beginning of this live, I want you to remember that we have a few things happening that are new too. So if you didn't, go back and rewatch how we're doing our brilliance program. Everything, we're talking all about brilliance, honey. Okay, listen. And then you see that we have 2 guests that will be on in October. I'm so excited. Their interviews are amazing. Like I've been doing some pre-interviews with them and everything. So one's from Texas, Toni, and we have another one, and I've shared some of her work. We have Janet Bynum. She's coming up this month. And we have some amazing people coming up in November. Oh my gosh, it's so exciting. And we're also highlighting young people who are doing some amazing things. Guys, there's just so many great things happening. So get on board as we continue to hone that brilliance, hone your brilliance. Listen, I've been honing my brilliance and I've been helping other people hone their brilliance. Where are you at? Come on. It is time to end this year strong and step into the new year even stronger. So I'm excited for all of us. So anyway, we have a lot of those things coming up, but at the same time, I wanted to talk to you about the rest of this year and how we're doing hosting brilliance, because it is a very sensitive time of year, right? So it's about educator wellness. I remember being very excited at the start of the school year, and then October came, November came. Whoo, honey, was I stressed out? Was I burnt out? Yes, I can't even tell you. And then there were so many educators stressed out and burned out at this time of year. And I just figured out some ways to really thrive and survive. And then I had to figure out, no, I'm not going to just survive and just cope with all of the anxiety and all of the behavior issues and all of the demands from our leaders and all of I said, no, I'm going to thrive. I'm going to hone my brilliance. I didn't say that at the time, but that's exactly what I was doing. And I just wanted to share that with the world because I'm sure many of you and research shows, and I've been doing a lot of market research, that educators are really like wanting to educate, but they don't want to stay in the classroom. They don't want to stay in the schools, especially around this time. They are not well. I say this all the time. We are not always well. We're not always well. We try to be. We put on a big smile. And some of us may be, and that's great. But the majority from the data of teachers, especially in Pennsylvania and surrounding areas. And, you guys, I'm always all over the world. So I really do interview people and talk to them, ask them about educators and in and out of the classroom, leaders. And I'm finding that their people are burnt out. Even their families are burnt out. Like it's a real thing because we keep doing the same things over and over and over and expecting to get different results. I don't understand that. But just wanted to share with you guys that the rest of October, all the way until December, we're talking about educator wellness. And we have really, really good guests and really good strategies to help you really move from that burnout to the brilliance, especially if you are a leader and you're trying to help your educators really stay and not leave and not call off. And like, there are some really, really intentional ways in which you can help them. And we are here to help you as well. And even many of my guests that I bring on an interview. So educator wellness, we are going to hit math because I've been looking at the math data around the US. Ooh, honey. That's why we have Tony coming on next week, talking a lot about data, but then she's going to go into some very specific strategies of how you can be well and teach well. So that's really our theme. Be well so you can teach well. And so we're helping you to do that throughout the end of the year. So being well is not just about self-care, but it is about self-care. I preach that, honey. But it's also about being well equipped and well informed in your craft. And so you'll see me bring on different people. Like we have a very wonderful special educator. She's the IEP coach. She's coming on next month. Oh my gosh, it's amazing. We have students who are like, we have David. He'll be on this year as well. And he is a middle school student and he has a message, and so it's like we can be well and refreshed. It really does take us to really pull out our brilliance, right? And so we have literacy this month as well, some tips for literacy and just some amazing people. And then you have yours truly, honey. Yours truly, award-winning Queen Robin Marie. Now, let me stop. I'm just joking. But no, honestly, I'm here for you. And I'm here for those I've been coaching and the schools. When I'm coaching in schools, when I'm coaching individually, I'm hearing the same thing. People are stressed out and they can't really get to the success that they really can see because there's just a lot of weight on their shoulders. And so wellness is going to come through wellness in our craft, wellness in our own mental state, and wellness in being able to just celebrate the wins that we do have whenever we're always told that everything's not right and we're failing and there's a lot going on in the world. And our systems period around the world, I believe, are falling. And so I'm hoping that we bring you some hope, some inspiration. I'm hoping that my guests can support and help you through, because listen, we can't do it all. And you see at the end of the message on my video is, basically we like by ourselves, we can do little, but together we can do a whole lot more. And so that's really the purpose and the plan that I want us to go through the rest of this year is find your together people. Who are you? Who's inspiring you to be your best self? Who's coaching you through that? Are you taking care of your mental, your physical? And these are questions I ask myself every single day. I will take a break when I need to And sometimes I don't. And so I have to get it together because we're living in a fast paced world. But guess what? If you're not here, it's still going to keep going. But we want you to be here. We want your children to be well equipped by you. So you've got to be well equipped. You got to well equip yourself. So, guys, I just want you to know that I'll be I'll be coming on the rest of this month to support you through. And if you have questions, if you have some ideas, if you have some expertise that can build our community even further with your thoughts. And I love how last week when I popped on, I was talking about the journey around the world and things like that, and how we can expose our children. How there are people who are like, hey, try this. Heath, he's like, hey, have you considered this? So this is a community where your voice matters. So please share, comment. If you want to come into the backstage one time, listen, we will make it happen. You can come right on screen with us. I really want to have these discussions so we close out 2024 in a very strong way, and you feel that you are strong enough to really walk out your God-given gifts and purpose. And guess what? Children are watching you, and they are seeing how you handle, not seeing if you're perfect, but seeing how you handle adversity, seeing how you handle stress. You could be the best teacher in the world, the best principal in the world, the best educator in the world, leader, caregiver in the world. But if you don't show by example that you are going to take care of yourself, how how can you really give good care? So you got to give good care and get good care at the same time. Okay, people. All right. So I just wanted to hop on here really quickly. I'm excited. We explored our new theme and got a sneak peek of our October guest. And I invite you to join us for future sessions. And we'll dive deeper into these topics. And I want you to reflect. Remember to reflect. I want you to remember to grow. No, it's okay to grow, even in troubling times. And it's okay to have a coach. It's okay to have a therapist. It's okay to have your spirit revived, and have a mentor. All those things are okay. And actually, they're necessary. And they're even more important than some of the things we're doing at the fast pace. So we want you to unleash your brilliance in everything that you do. Everything that you do, you should be unleashing your brilliance, but you can't unleash it if you're not well. And you could unleash it, but if you're not well, it won't be stable. So we want you to be ready to impact if you're in the schools, and we want you to be ready to win if you are as an individual person. Okay, you contribute to the larger community. Talk to me if you are watching. Just say where you're watching from. Let us know what you think. What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts? Where are you watching from? And are you experiencing burnout? Do you know somebody who might be? I need you to share, like, comment, go to our website, everybodyeducate.com. And if you need support, services, anything like that, you can go ahead and DM me. It's wonderful to be able to to hear from you all. So go ahead and continue to share messages, continue to connect, and we are here for you. All right. So you seen our sneak peek earlier. I'll play it again to close off if we have a little time. But I really want you to know that you are brilliant. You are brilliant. It's inside of you. I don't care what's happening. God is giving you a gift to shift and change the world from your lens. Nobody can be you. And honestly, sometimes we try to fit a mold. We try to fit and just do what we're told to do all the time. And it's not saying there's not anything wrong with that in some cases, but when you start to lose yourself, not a good thing. Not a good thing. I mean, I can go on and on and on, but I won't. I just want to remind you of your brilliance and remind you that this platform here is for you to go ahead out there and excellently educate with your brilliance, with the joy. When you start to lose your joy, pause. When you start to go through the motions, pause and remember, why can't you be the exception to the status quo um, rules, right? Like, why can't you be the exception? Why can't you stand up and do something different? And that different might be sitting inside you for so long, and you're longing to just shine from your unique perspective. Do it. It's okay. It's all right. So be well so that you can educate well, get in the right spaces with the right people. Remember that you can um, you can walk out your brilliance and unlock it and actually change things in the world. Yes, one person can do it, right? But together we can do it better. So stay connected with us, and we shall talk to you soon. Here you go. I'm going to go ahead and put this back on so you just know a little bit about what we do if you're just tuning in. And I'm just signing off. Sayonara. Hello, I'm Queen Educator, the CEO and lead consultant of Everybody Educate, a full-service consulting firm that exists to empower and equip educators to be at their best. So many teachers are quitting. Our primary goal is to support educators and educational establishments in achieving authentic, creative, and culturally relevant teaching and learning. We are sure that your learning environment will shift and you will see excellence and equitable practices when you partner with us. Thank you. See our services below.